All right, Jen, you want to start us off?
I certainly can. How about if we start with congratulations, Michael? That was pretty exciting news.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm pumped.
What is the significance to this? Why? I mean, obviously, an extension is an important thing, but what does it mean to be here for that length of time?
I mean, that was the dream. As soon as, even when I look back at my pro day and worked out, and Brian Schneider was there, and he really, told me about the team, and I really wanted to get to the Seahawks, and then they drafted me, and that was a dream come true. And to know that I can spend another, 4 or 5 years here is just the best thing that could have happened to me for sure.
Bob?
Yeah, Michael, we never did get to talk to you last year. I don't think
Yeah.
the way this went. How was last year for you? I know you had the great rookie year, and then maybe your second year was a little bit up and downish, but then last year, maybe the best year in team history, all things considered. Just was there a difference last year at all with everything and having learned anything, or?
Yeah, definitely. My second year, I think I was just trying to do too much and put too much of a standard of something that was just unachievable. So it resulted in a lot of ups and downs. But still, when I look back at it, look at that year objectively, like there was still like a lot of good things that came from that year. But last year, for sure, I kind of changed my routine, how I go about the week, was a lot more mindful. Got into meditating and got into like journaling stuff down, and was able to look at my practice sessions more objectively. So I sometimes I'll leave a practice session thinking I punted pretty bad, and then I'll look over the film and go, oh wow, that was a lot better than I left the field, which I didn't do my second year. I'd kind of just watch it and not write all the notes, not take all my stats, and not compare them to the days before. So last year I really made sure I was super objective about everything, took all the emotion out of it, and that allowed me to really improve and stay consistent.
Joe?
Mike, any celebratory dinner or anything you did to celebrate the new deal?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend just got pizza that night when I signed. So we talked about it that morning. We're like, oh, let's get pizza tonight, and then signed the deal. And I was looking forward to pizza all day. So I was like, we're getting pizza. Let's do it.
You have a favorite Seattle pizza spot?
Pagliacci's, but we didn't get that. We just got Papa John's. But Pagliacci doesn't deliver to our area, unfortunately.
John Boyle?
Yeah, Mike, in addition to you having a good year last year, just all special teams played really well. Just what did you think kind of that unit as a whole, and what are you guys looking to build off of going into 2021?
We just got a lot of guys that have come back, and you look back to 2019, we had a lot of rookies playing special teams, and they really just killed it, coming in as rookies, and then to get them to come back for a second year with a whole year of experience, you saw what that did. So this year, just as excited about the group of guys we got. We got, Belor, Cody, Ott, Jason. We got, we're stacked. So I'm really pumped.
Curtis?
Yeah, Michael, you said you're trying to objectively evaluate your year and everything. How would you objectively evaluate it compared to your rookie year when you were all pro, comparing the two seasons? Which one do you think held up a little bit better?
My year last year, like stats wise, definitely better last year. I had some goals written down, and if you include the playoff game, I hit all my standards of goals that I wanted to hit, stats wise. And it was a more sustainable year, the way I approached it. So I really want to carry that into this year. I've been carrying it through the off season, and it's really just become part of my lifestyle now. So I'm happy.
Bob?
Yeah, Michael, just one more. Did you have an inkling they were going to try to extend you this off season and all of that, or did you kind of know this was coming, or?
Not really. I mean, I was hoping so. And then when they reached out, the agents did most of the work. I tried to stay out of it because I'm sure that whole process can get pretty stressful. But I trusted the team and the process and my agents, and was really lucky to have everything work together and get me here for a few more years.
Greg?
Michael, can you tell us what hunting and virtual workouts are like?
I mean, I kind of prefer it because, OTAs and stuff, we have a limited amount of time, and I generally in the off season like to spend a lot of time punting. So last year was great. I got some sessions where I punted for 3 hours straight, and then I wouldn't be able to do that here, but there's obviously a benefit to being with the team. But yeah, Zoom sessions, you just got to make the most of it, really try and lock in. And punting wise, I get just as good a work, if not better work, when we're virtual.
Jackie?
Hey Mike, we didn't get to talk to you last year too much, but with the change of Larry Izzo coming on as a special teams coordinator, how I know that he was obviously there before he was named to the interim but now official position, but what was it like with working with him, and just how has that transition been, and how is he as a special teams coordinator?
Yeah, he's great. Like you said, he was there from day one since I've been here, so he has a lot of trust in me, and that means a lot to have a coach that really sits back and lets me do my thing, and lets me do my thing. So yeah. Sorry, I just got a thing slipped on the table saying I have to say I also like Pizza Hut.
Glad you got the Pizza Hut plug. What is it about his coaching style that allows you to do your thing and the trust that he has in you?
I mean, his coaching style is one that you really like. You know his history. You know that what he did as a player. So he has a way of communicating that to the rest of the guys. He kind of steps back and lets the specialists do their own thing, which every specialist dreams of. You just being able to do your own work and feeding off each other, which he really lets that happen. And if there's an issue, he'll point it out and correct a couple things. But he's really good at just doing what works with us.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Thanks.
DK will be up shortly.
I know that it's only been a few days, but what is the value of being on the field at this point in the year, especially not after getting the chance to do anything last year?
I think it's a lot of value. Having an off season last year was kind of difficult, getting prepared for training camp. So it's a cool deal to get out here for OTAs and get an early start.
Corbin.
Hey, Jordan, you just mentioned how this is a much more normal offseason than what it was last year coming into the league. Looking back at your rookie year, has there been any area of your game that you've really prioritized trying to improve going into year two?
I would say my overall game, everything needed to be improved from top to bottom. So that's what I've been doing this offseason, and I'm still continuing to work.
Have you made any adjustments to how you're approaching the offseason, the way you're training or maybe nutrition, things like that?
Definitely the nutrition side. I would say last year kind of got off my diet a little bit, but definitely been eating a lot better, slimmed down, leaned down a lot, feeling good.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Jordan, you had the injuries maybe slow you down a little bit early in the year, and then you came on strong. How do you maybe assess your rookie year, and what do you think kind of the next progression for you is this year?
Say the first question again, I'm sorry.
Just how do you kind of assess that rookie year, and then what do you think is next for you this year?
I think the rookie year went okay. Like you said, it was a rough start, having an injury, and then getting back in the second half of the season. I thought that I finished pretty strong, and so now I got some momentum coming into this year two. I feel good going in, and just seeing where we can go from here.
Michael Sean.
Hey, Jordan, was Bobby calling you by your name last year, or was he calling you Rook?
He was calling me everything except my name last year, so it was definitely Rook though, for sure.
Is he calling you Jordan now?
Nah, he said I'm still a rookie to week 8, so we'll see. I don't know. He won't tell me, but he said week 8, and then I'm no longer a rookie.
All right, thanks, man.
Sure.
Curtis.
Yeah, Jordan, you mentioned how strong you finished last season. When did you feel like it started to work and everything kind of came together where it slowed down for you and things started to fit into place?
I don't think it was one specific time. I just think just over the course of practice, a lot of repetition, coaches, players, everybody chipping in to help me to be successful. And then I think just the latter half of the season last year, it started, clicking for me.
Joe.
Jordan, what are your goals this year? And is there a part of you that's looking forward to potentially being a 3-down player compared to the part-time role you had last year?
Yeah, my goal is just to be the best version of me, being the best football player that I could possibly be, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Masvita.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, in your goal to be the best version you can be, during the offseason, was anybody that you worked out with, only certain people that you talked to improve during the offseason as you get ready for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I worked with a lot of guys that I played college ball with that's now in the NFL. I went back home to Texas, Houston, Texas, and Dallas, trained there for a while. And, like I said, just been the whole offseason just working on everything, every aspect of my game, trying to get better. So that's what I've been doing and continue to do. Like I said, just ready to go into year 2 strong.
Bob.
Yeah, Jordan, kind of follow up on Joe's question. They haven't re-signed KJ Wright, obviously, and so you sort of are maybe stepping into his spot there. Do you feel like those are their shoes to fill at all, or is that any kind of pressure at all? Or
I wouldn't say any pressure, but it's definitely shoes to fill. KJ had an outstanding career here. He set the bar high for sure, and so it's definitely no slack here. So just ready to get in and prove that I can do this.
Brady. Brady.
Sorry, my connection's on. I didn't hear Jeff there. Jordan, I apologize. You were just asked about KJ. Do you ever talk to KJ? Do you keep in touch with him at all? And if so, what has he told you?
Yeah, I talked to him a couple times over the off season. We just talk about regular day life. Nothing too crazy, but like I said, he was a big help for me in my first year, coming in and kind of just pulling me to the side whenever he could, and just giving me tips on whatever we need to go over in the playbook or just tips about life. So he was a big, a help for me year one for sure.
Thanks.
Jackie.
Hey Jordan, you touched on it earlier on, but getting a full off season with the team where you're healthy, how much can that benefit you going into this next season?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
You touched on it earlier, but having a full off season where you're fully healthy, how can that benefit you going into this this upcoming season?
I think it can benefit a lot. Like I said, last year with no off season and then jumping right into training camp, it was kind of a little bit fast for me, put it that way. And so now we out here in June, in the OTAs, get a little bit of a early start. And so going into training camp, I feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more, at ease with the playbook, the guys that I'm playing with, and everything in one.
Jordan, thank you.
So thank y'all.
Hey, DK, you've been a busy man since the last time we talked to you, running the 100-meter dash, and now you're going to be playing in the Celebrity All-Star softball game. So I have to ask, what's your baseball, softball background, and which player would you compare yourself to?
If I had a player to compare myself to, I would say Hank Aaron. Late Hank Aaronish. Kind of subtle, but very, very, very good at his craft. So, we'll see.
Good choice.
Yes, sir. We'll see when I step in the batter's box during the game.
Is there anything you're going to do to try to prepare for this? I know you were doing a lot of extra sprints trying to prepare for the 100-meter. Are you just going to show up and play, or is there something in preparation you're going to be doing?
No, I can't just show up and no, I'm going to practice. I'm going to get some practice in.
Jen?
All right, well, along those same lines, what was the reaction of your teammates to the running that you did, the training that you did, and I guess what you did away from football?
They really just congratulated me and was behind me 100%. My teammates, coaches. I know I talked to Pete at least once a week, him and Shane, leading up to the event. Mo Kelly, EK, Bobby all came down and supported me at the meet. So, I had a lot of support behind me, with my teammates.
You mentioned Shane. You've only gotten a taste of this offense, but what is the best word to describe what you know of it so far?
It's very intricate, but he's a hungry coach, and that's what I like about him. He's always trying to learn something new, not only about the players, but about the game of football and about offense, and always coming up with new ways to just try to get his playmakers the ball.
John Boyle.
Yeah, DK, to follow up on the track stuff, how would you kind of define that 100-meter track speed compared to what you're used to in football speed?
I would say it's different. Track athletes, they prepare their whole lives, for events like that. It was a very, great experience just to be out there with those kind of athletes and test my speed against them. They are very, not talked about, amongst the sports world, and I think they should be, just because of how they train and their mindset. Just going up and warming up against them is just like very different from football. They're all like locked in and very, focused on their technique. So that's what I loved about the track athletes.
Having been through that, are you going to be paying attention to the U.S. track or the Olympic trials coming up?
Oh, for sure. Yes, sir. I follow USA Track and Field on Twitter, and I'm keeping up with them.
Brady?
Hey, DK, what was your goal? Was it to qualify for Olympic trials, and what do you is that something you still want to pursue in the future?
My goal was to try to, qualify for the Olympic trials, but, who knows what my future holds. I'm living, everything day by day, taking it day by day. And right now I'm just focused on football and OTAs.
And how did that come about? Was it the tweet that USA Track and Field sent out after the Cardinals game? Would that have been on your radar, or had they not sent that tweet out?
No, not at all. Once they sent the tweet out, I thought it was an open invitation for me to take it, and I went with it.
Thank you.
Michael Sean.
Hey, DK, do you remember playing against Ugo at an Under Armour camp when you guys were high school kids?
Did he tell you what really happened?
Well, he just said he tried to recruit you to go to Ole Miss at that time, because he said he was about to commit there too.
Well, I think it was the other way around, and he asked him about the one-on-one reps that we did at the camp. I'm pretty sure he'll try to lie about those as well.
Well, how did those go, in your opinion?
I would rather you ask him.
Okay. Separate thing. Do you know Young Thug and Gunna?
No, sir, I don't.
How'd you end up in the ski video?
We'll talk about that off camera.
All right. Thanks, DK.
Yes, sir.
Art?
DK, what was the most unexpected, surprising, or unusual development that you picked up on after you ran the race?
That those are some fast human beings. They are very fast and very good at what they do. I'm going to stick to football for right now.
But in terms of the response to you for competing that, did you hear from guys around the league or your old coaches or anybody else?
I heard from a lot of different people, from coaches to other track athletes, to my teammates and other players around the league. It was nothing but praise and, congratulations from everybody, that I got a text or a response from. I wish y'all could see John Snyder lining up in his stance right now.
John Snyder?
Yes, he's trying to walk away now.
We all want to see that.
Yeah, right.
Bob.
Yeah, DK, you used the word intricate to describe Shane Waldron's offense. Can you elaborate, I guess, on what that means?
It's a lot of different kinds of routes that people haven't seen from either team that he's coached. So I'm just excited to get to work with him and get to honing on those other skills.
And then do you have any baseball background? Did you play it as a kid at all, or?
I played T-ball, but I don't really count that. So no, you can mark that down as a no.
Okay.
Larry.
Yeah, DK. What's it like having Russell out here this week? And is that a sign to you that kind of things are back to normal with him after kind of the noise of the offseason?
Yes, sir. I mean, I didn't think things, were abnormal in a way, but just seeing Russ back out here, throwing the ball around with the team, I didn't expect anything else.
Greg.
DK, you know of Bo Jackson, I assume.
Oh, yes, sir.
Would you like to be a modern Bo Jackson?
I'd like to be a modern day DK with some Bo Jackson qualities in a way. But yes, sir, I know Bo Jackson, know of him. Great athlete, and yes, sir, is somebody I look up to.
You seem to be stepping out athletically a little bit now that you've got a couple of years in the league. Is that a goal for you, to do as much as you possibly can while you're still a young man?
Yes, sir. It's just to be one of the greatest humans to walk this planet Earth. If God says the same. So I'm just taking it day by day and just honing on, as many different skills as I can.
Brady.
Hey, DK, can you tell us about your training leading up to the 100, where you were, who you were working with, and just what the schedule was like?
Be looking for a documentary if I ever come out with one.
Okay, when's that coming out?
It's still in the works.
Okay. Gotcha.
Jackie.
Hey DK, aside from track and field and baseball, how does it feel to be back playing football and be back with the rest of your team?
It feels great. Just to be back out here with my teammates, and I saw a lot of the coaches coming up, smiling, hugging us on the first day. Monday. They haven't had really much human interaction. We're in the Zoom world right now, but just glad to be back and just to see their faces.
I mean, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, but do you feel like there's like a switch in just how things feel at the VMAC this year?
Oh, for sure. It's getting back to kind of like my rookie year when people were a bit more free. But I know we still have a lot of work to do, and still taking this pandemic seriously.
And then lastly, real quick, do you feel that any of your training for the 100-meter is going to translate into stuff for football?
Oh, for sure. I know speed is speed. Any way you can work on it or get faster is always a plus.
Thank you.
Joe Fan.
DK, originally the veterans released a statement saying they weren't going to show up to all the mandatory stuff. Were there conversations in the last couple of weeks of maybe, let's come together and come for a week of OTAs, or how did you guys end up coming and reporting yesterday?
I know the vets and the leaders of the team had a long conversation, and they decided that we should come back, and we all showed up as a team, with a few along the way who are coming later this week. So I know our vets handled the situation very, very carefully, and I think they made the correct decision.
Art.
DK, you saw the rumors about the Seahawks' interest in Julio Jones. What did you think about that?
Great player. Would have been amazing just to play beside him. Me, him, and Tyler, plus with Chris Carson in the backfield, would have been, unstoppable. But he went to go play with my old teammate in AJ. So good luck with them. But we're gonna kick their ass week 2.
Last one, Curtis.
Yeah, DK, how steep do you feel the learning curve is with Shane's offense here compared to what you guys had before? How big of a shift is it for you guys to kind of digest?
It's a new offense, so a lot of different new things to learn. So that's why one reason why we're here. In OTAs is just to get our feet wet with the offense. Is just trying to take care of as many mistakes as we can early. So during the season, during training camp, it's going to be smooth sailing.
DK, thank you.
All right, thank
you,
y'all.
everyone. That's it for today.